Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Let's talk about why 9 to 5 jobs are not supposed to be enjoyable and fun. So 9 to 5 jobs are designed in a hierarchical system, a corporate system, because we need people at the bottom to do basic grunt work, right? So if you're the business owner, right, which most companies are started by one person typically, or a couple of people, right? As you progress, as you expand your business, right? Like the company I work for has about 500 stores nationwide in about 6 states. So in that sense, the company, right, they want the business owner. If you're a business owner, right, think about it logically, right? You can't be working at all 500 stores at once, doing everything, accounting for cash handling, accounting for product, accounting for inventory, accounting for cleanliness, accounting for training, right? So you can't do all of that as the owner, right? Unless you're in one location, like a small business, right? You're running like a restaurant it's just that restaurant, right? So the larger your company gets, right, the more staff you're going to need, the less you're going to want to do, the less time you have to do all the little things like you could have done when you first started out with maybe one or two or three locations, right? So understanding that is key to what I'm about to talk about here, right, as I go on. But we have this idea that 9 to 5 jobs are supposed to be enjoyable and fun, or they're supposed to just be like simple and easy and not have, like, even at like a low minimum wage job, we have this idea that it's supposed to be easy and simple, and it is easy and simple, but we kind of have this idea that like we're just not going to do anything. We don't, like, when we actually get to the job site and we actually start working, we actually start like doing the damn job and dealing with the circumstances that present themselves throughout the day as we're working, we realize like, whoa, there's a lot of things that, you know, maybe were highlighted in the job description that aren't actually, you know, that there's things that weren't highlighted in the job description that I'm dealing with, right? So, you know, obviously employers aren't going to be so privy, or, you know, the higher ups, the hiring recruiters and people that are higher up aren't going to be so privy to be truthful when it comes to the job description, because, you know, like I'm thinking about my job right now, and nothing against it, I'm just trying to illustrate a point. There's things that I deal with, right, that aren't on my job description, right? Like there are certain things that I have to deal with, little things, right? You know, there's nothing that I can't solve. I'm just trying to make a point that aren't on the job description, right? And it's designed, I think, that way for a reason. I don't think it's just put out like that with no awareness, right? Like I think there's awareness to the fact that like if as a company, if we put all of those things in a job description, people aren't gonna want to apply and work for us. So, you know, like there's customer service things that like I have to deal with, that like some of the issues that the customers deal with, like the different issues, some of them aren't on the job description. And it's like, you know, people, they have to deal with these things, right? You're as a regular worker, like anyone in the store, it doesn't matter if you're like a manager, it doesn't matter if you're just a entry-level clerk, it doesn't matter. Like everyone deals with the problems, right, at the store level, in the in-person job site, right? Yeah, I'm talking about me. So you have to understand that the reason why you're being paid to do this job is because the people above you don't want to do it, right? Like the executive, the OS, right, who's out of the store, who's responsible for cash shrink and product inventory and all that good stuff, right? They're not trying to do your job, right? That's why they're up there, right? They're trying to get out. They're trying to move up and get out of the store, right? So you have to look at it like it's a hierarchy, and if you can call it evil, you can call it bad. I'm just stating what it is to prove a point, right? I'm not trying to say it's good nor bad, right? But that's why they have those systems set up. They have those positions, those corporate positions set up so the higher you get, the more responsibility you have, right? But at the lowest level, right, entry level minimum wage job, right, that's the worst position, right? So even if you move up, right, people say, oh, like I talk to a lot of people, you know, in my location, there's different stores I work at, and they're like, oh yeah, man, I don't want to move up. I don't want to deal with like more responsibility. I don't want to, have to attend to like different things. I don't want to deal with these guests, right? Their issues that they have that come up. I don't want to deal with call outs or trying to find coverage for the location when people call out sick. So there's a lot of things that people don't want to deal with, and they use that as a reason to not move up, and it's understandable. But just understand that that's why your job sucks. That's why like most 9-to-5s suck, because it's like the low positions, right, are there for a reason, because those are the positions that we need people to, like, if those positions of operations aren't fulfilled on a day-to-day basis, the business collapses, right? So, they understand that, but I'm like I said, I'm not saying it's good or bad, just making a point. So you don't have to really look too deep into it to understand this predicament or situation. So just understand that working for a company, right? Any company that has a large chain, like if you're working for like a Walmart or a McDonald's or like a Target or like a Publix or like I don't know what other, like Winn-Dixie or like any of these like grocery stores or restaurants or like just any big chains, right? Retail, food, anything. Just understand that there's a reason why it's set up that way, right? The business owner set it up that way so that they don't have to deal with the problems that you have to deal with, right? And it's not a bad thing, right? If you were, I want to illustrate a point. If you were a business owner, right, and you had an idea to start out a clothing store or a restaurant or a fast food location, fast food joint, or a grocery store, you would probably set your system up the same way. You'd have different positions, right? You'd set up so many positions in corporate so that you don't really have to hear too much, right? Because think about it, right? As the business owner, right, you're not trying to deal with the problems. You started the freaking thing, man. It's your business, right? So, the higher you get, or the more advanced, the more you expand as a company or corporation, the less you're trying to hear from people below you, right? Because at the end of the day, humans are lazy, right? Like, we're lazy. So anybody would do that. I would do that. Whoever's watching this video, you would probably do that, because we don't want to deal with those problems, right? And you can know this from just everyday experience at these jobs, right? So don't get mad at that, right? Because people always say, like, we're oppressed, we're in the working class, we're working under the man, like the people above us don't care. And it's like, yes, they don't care. That's the point. They're not supposed to care, right? The higher you get, the more you're not supposed to. If you have 500 locations, right, you don't really care what happens in one or two of them. I mean, yes, you care kind of, but you got to look at it like, as long as the money is coming in, we don't care what they have to deal with on a little day-to-day basis, right? No matter how annoying or stressful, right? So just understand, all the positions are stressful to some degree, right? I think the higher up you get, like the CEO, chief marketing officer, chief financial officer, chief branding officer, I think those jobs are probably a little less stressful than like a director or operations supervisor or like something like that, or district manager, of course, right? Because they're just in charge of, there's no one above them telling them, hey, this is what you're responsible for, right? They're kind of like out of the store. They're more responsible for like innovating new branding mechanisms and innovating new ways to get people to apply, innovating like psychological mechanisms to get customers to buy their products, right? So things of that nature. And they're obviously looking to innovate, when it comes to like developing new things, right? Developing new software, new functions in the location, right? Whatever it is. I'm just speaking broadly here. So just understand that that's the case. And you know, if you hate your job or you feel like it sucks, just understand that that's why it sucks, because those positions, they don't tell you it sucks because they need you there, right? If they told you, hey man, we're paying you $15 an hour, but you know, we're gonna put 4 things on the job description, but really what the job involves is really like 12 things on the job description. They're not gonna tell you those extra 8 things because they need you to be there, right? And they don't necessarily care if you're stressed out or if you're annoyed, if you're pissed off, right? As long as the money is coming in, right, the higher up they get, the less they care. So that's why, like I said, I make videos all the time. I made a video a little while ago, 3 ways men can escape corporate jobs. And you know, you're either gonna do one of 2 things. You're either gonna be someone who's gonna complain about the situation at hand, right? You're either gonna be someone who's pessimistic, who's pissed off, who's angry, and who goes home after a crappy day or a frustrated day, who doesn't like their job and, you know, constantly be in a negative state, constantly complain to your girlfriend, complain to your wife, complain to your friends, your family about how your job sucks, right? About how little you get paid. Or you can move up, right? You can move up through the ranks, sit there, wait it out for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, right? You can do that. You can leave, right? You can leave the company. You can start your own business. You can get certified in a trade, right? But just understand that everything's going to have its drawbacks, right? So I'm talking about 9 to 5s here, but you know, when we speak of trades, right? Like if you're a handyman, right, and you're doing private contracting work, you're doing repair, you're doing roofing, you're doing something, right? Basic stuff. There's going to be shitty parts of that too. So what I'm really trying to say here is that all work sucks, right? All work sucks. No, it doesn't matter. Yes, some work is easier than others at times, but it still sucks, right? To like a large extent, right? And even if you're like a fitness trainer, right? Let's say like your life goal is to be like a fitness coach, right? And you want to be like an influencer. You gotta freaking train your body. You gotta track macros, right? You gotta skip out on the pasta. You gotta skip out on the cookie cakes, right? The pizza, the burgers. That's not fun at times. That gets boring, right? It gets boring eating the same food. Think of bodybuilders. People think bodybuilding's fun, right? And yeah, it could be fun getting jacked and lifting, and it is enjoyable to an extent, but it also has its drawbacks. Like, hey man, you really can't eat a lot of food that you used to eat as a kid, right? So that's like bodybuilding. But you could also look at what was I gonna say? Yeah, that's bodybuilding. And then let's say like you want to be like a lot of guys right now, they like want to be like a dating pickup coach, right? Well, hey man, you think that's fun at times? Do you think that's all fun? And oh yeah, man, I'm going up to these girls and, you know, I'm flirting, I'm having a good time, I'm getting laid. Yeah, but bro, you got to always go out of your house. You got to listen to girls, right? You got to deal with flaking, right? You got to deal with, you know, a lot of things that are, you know, not enjoyable at times. And are there enjoyable parts of that? Maybe there are. But at the end of the day, I just really want to bring it to light that I'm talking about 9 to 5 jobs here primarily, right? That's what I talked about here in this video. But I just want to really make it known that like everything you do in life, every job you do, every business you do, every private independent contracting work you do, right? There's always going to be something that goes sour, right? There's always going to be something that you don't want to do. Maybe it's boring, maybe it's stress, maybe you're bored, maybe you're stressed, maybe you don't have the repair products you need or the tools you need to repair something, right? Now you gotta wait another day. Now parts are on order. So I just really want to make it known, like everything's gonna be difficult. But I think, you know, you want to choose something. Really what it comes down to is you want to choose something you have like a natural proclivity and inclination to do. Me, I enjoy speaking, I enjoy ranting, I enjoy being like creative, I enjoy thinking about like different ways to make videos, right, that are new, that aren't like old or rehashed. And sometimes I struggle with that. But yeah, you want to like basically go where your strengths are. So if you're like a handyman, you feel like you want to like, you're good at fixing things, or you naturally just like you know, for years, you just, when things broke, you just, you know, kind of like knew what to do, or you had a inclination to go get something to go fix it, and you fixed it, right? And you get like joy. There's joy that comes from, it's weird, you know, people say that, sorry, going on a rant again. People say that trades suck and mechanic work sucks, electricians suck, plumbing sucks, but you know, there's a joy that men get from like working with tools, right? And fixing the problem. It's like, there's a joy that comes from like fixing something that's broken, right? Whether it's your fat body that you're working on losing weight on, or your dating life, you're quitting an addiction. So there's always fulfillment in some degree, but I'm also letting you know that there's always drawbacks. There's always something sour, right? There's always going to be times where it's like, I don't want to do this I don't want to do this part of the job, or this part of the job sucks, but I just have to deal with it because it's just part of the job, right? So yeah, guys, I hope this video has helped you, has you know, shine some light on this idea that 9-to-5 jobs like really aren't just supposed to be enjoyable and fun all the time, and why they're set up that way, and why everything just has its drawbacks at times. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And as always, I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.